Hello there, Pisces, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today I am doing your November career and money reading. We'll take a look at the overall energies with the oracle cards, and then we'll go to the tarot for some more details about any obstacles or advice that Spirit has for you. And if you're resonating with the message or enjoying the content that I create, I would really appreciate it if you would consider like, sharing, or subscribing. Okay, Pisces, let's see where this is going. We finally are done with the retrograde season. Yes. And we're moving forward quickly with this full moon in Aries on the 20th. So this will help give us that boost that we need to go in the right direction. And look at this, in the flow. Everything is smooth sailing. Yeah, so if you struggled during the retrograde season, which was pretty intense this year, I'll have to admit, it's kind of like, oh, all of a sudden, all the obstacles are gone and you are going to be moving very quickly. And we have begin now. Take your first step. So Pisces, if you've been thinking about making a change, starting new projects and making big changes during the retrograde season is, it's just not the right time. But now, wow, the retrogrades are over. We have this full moon in Aries. It's kind of like, yeah, this is the perfect time to start something new. All the planets are direct, so you get all of that momentum behind you. Okay, so let's look at the oracle cards. Building blocks. This has been coming out a lot about, building a strong foundation for something that, will bring you wealth in the future. Now, we have exchanging gifts. Exchanging gifts is taking a look at what you put out into the universe and what you get back. And in career money, it's, you put your time, your energy, your talents out to the universe, and then the universe pays you back. There's something about this. I feel like whatever you have been doing up to this point, it's not been balanced. And with all that glitters, you may have put a happy face on and just kind of gotten through this, but it's almost as if you're kind of done with this. The masks are about not being authentic and true to yourself. And then what do we have here? Truth be told. It's about telling yourself the truth about the imbalance that you may be, going through somehow in your career and money sector. So say you have a job that is just overworking you and you have no time for friends and family and activities that you enjoy. That's very imbalanced, right? And we can all sometimes, you have some sort of a seasonal a rush like that at work. And it's like, okay, I can do that because I know it's only going to last like a month or 2 months, right? But this is kind of something that's ongoing, and it's wearing you out. It's wearing you out, and it's really not building a strong, stable foundation for you. You may be thinking it does, okay? But intuitively, you know that this job or this career path that you're on is really like going nowhere, right? And it's kind of like you're finally recognizing that. You may have even known that for a while, but it's kind of like, yeah, but I just don't want to make a change. And it's like all of a sudden you get, okay, I'm done. I'm done with this and I'm making a change. So let's take a look at what you're trying to manifest in November. Yeah, King of Cups. You're trying to get over, I feel like whatever job you're in is really draining your energy. And it's like getting on top of that, getting on top of your emotions. If your energy is drained, then you don't have, the time or the energy to spend time with friends, family, doing the activities that you want. And then what happens is that your heart is drained with this job or this career that you're in. And then you don't have any heart to put into your work. It's about getting on top of your emotions about the work that you're doing. The King of Cups doesn't allow his emotions to run him. He has control over his emotions, but he also recognizes his emotions. It could be too, this is for a small part of you not for everybody, but I'm also getting a message you may be working with somebody that does not have control over their emotions. So like they come to work and if they're having a bad day, they take it out on you. You know, they may, I don't know, you know, yell at you, or I hope not. Or just, you know, it's kind of like, you know, everything is kind of like your fault, or perhaps, you know, the other employees or something, you know, just a mean boss. Let's put it that way. Some of you may be dealing with that, and it's kind of like, yeah, that I can't be around that, right? Okay, so let's go and see what we have as your area of resistance or your obstacles. Yeah, getting on top of this. You know, also, to me, this is a strong man having the strength to pull back the bars and get out of a situation that is just feeling like caged in. I feel like you're really feeling caged in. And it's about stepping into that energy of, yeah, I have the strength to leave this situation and do something that's good for me, like putting yourself first. Okay, and then what's the outcome? 3 of Wands, waiting for your ships to come in. You know, this is like taking the first steps. I always feel like this is kind of like taking the first steps. And was one of these? Yeah, it says take your first step, right? Begin now, take your first step. It's kind of like you have to, I feel like you have to emotionally get ready to make this move. And once you do, this is like you taking the first step. You know, the ace is kind of getting the idea, the inspiration. The 2 of Wands is making a choice and putting it out to the universe that, well, this is what I want. And the 3 of Wands is kind of like taking that first step and maybe even having to wait for what's my second step, you know, listening to your intuition. Page of Pentacles, really nice. Yeah, there's an offer that's possibly coming in very quickly. It's going to give you the strength to go in a new direction. We have the 2 of Cups under here. I feel like somebody is going to take you under their wing, or perhaps you're going to partner up with somebody to make this move, or you're going to reach out to somebody and say, hey, I'm looking for a new job. Somebody is going to help you. Somebody that is kind of like close to you, or knows you, or, you know, a friend of the family, something like that. Like somebody's going to step in and help you to get this. Your job is that you have to put something out. You have to tell people, I'm looking for a new job, right? You have to put it out to the universe. Okay, here's my resume, sending out my resume, telling friends and family, I'm looking for a new job. And then here it comes, right? And I feel like it's coming in quickly, because I think what you're trying to do, honestly, Pisces, I don't think you're going to make a move just to make a move. I think you're making a move so that you can reattach to your soul's purpose. Like, I feel like whatever job or career that you're in right now, it's like sucking your soul dry, right? And you're kind of like, no, I can't go any further on this. I have to find something that's going to help me to build a strong soul foundation and financial. Okay, so what do we have here with the King of Cups? Yeah, oh, interesting. Queen of Wands, you have a confidence down deep inside, Pisces. You're not sure you do. You do. You're just not sure. You're like, I don't know. Do I really have the strength to go there? So with the King of Cups, you are attached to something. There's something that is attaching you to wherever you are right now. There's something that you don't know, you know? And it's kind of like, I get the sense that you're really attached to the idea that you want to know the whole path. That you want to know that it's going to be, it's going to work out, right? And I get this sense. We'll see where this goes. But I get the sense that your subconscious is calling to you. And in the physical realm, you're just attached. It could be that you make quite a bit of money at the job that, you know, you make a lot of money. And you're kind of like, yeah, but I make a lot of money. Oh yeah, I'm so tired. I don't have time to do anything. Yeah, I haven't seen my friends in over a month, but that's okay because I'm making a lot of money. But your soul is trying to awaken you to the fact that there's more to it than just the money. There's something about heart here, having love for the work that you do. And this is kind of a spiritual. Some of you may be being called to go into some type of a spiritual business or go back to school to learn about it. You have the strength to get over this. To, it's almost as if you feel like you don't have the strength, but you definitely do. So let's see what the Seven of Wands is. Yeah, it's something about telling yourself the truth. You're not telling yourself the truth about this job. I have a good friend. She has a job that wears her out. But they pay her well. I haven't seen her in months, right? And it's kind of like, okay, you're exhausted all the time. Yeah, but I'm making a lot of money. Okay, you have no life outside of work. None. But there's money. And you can do that for so long. Once again, you can do that if it's a short-term gig, It's kind of like, yeah, okay, I can make a lot of money and then I can relax, or I can go on that vacation that I really wanted to go on. But at some point you have to ask yourself, why is the money so important to you? And I know we live in the 3D, we need the money, but why is it so important that you're allowing it to drain all of your energy to the point where you can't do anything else? Okay, yeah, needing to bring in balance. Wow, something long term. High Priestess, you need to open up to your intuition, that is for sure. There's some type of belief system around the money. You need to break free about some belief system that you have around money. So you could have a belief system that money brings you security, long-term security, or long-term happiness, or balance in your life. But it's about taking a really good look at what is the money, what is it about money that I really want? Why do I want money? Okay, and besides paying the bills, what deeper is it what are your feelings about money? Does it indicate your worth as a person? Does it indicate that people appreciate you? Does it mean that you can own a lot of material goods? And if so, why is that important? It's about looking at the truth about your money, what money means to you. Because your focus is on that. And it's about coming out of, this is kind of like putting you in this cage. Your belief system about money is putting you into a cage. And you've been in that cage for a while. And your soul is calling you to have the strength to pull those bars back and go in somewhat of a different direction. Yeah, it's really kind of interesting coming off of these retrogrades, this retrograde season, which really, I think, really did possibly bring up some of these feelings to you. And now it's like taking action, right? It's taking that first step. And it doesn't mean that you have to go in and quit your job tomorrow, right? It doesn't mean that you sell all of your possessions. It just means that you're taking a look at, what is it that I really want in this life? It's about, what do you want 5 years from now? And why do you want that? Why is that so important to you? And then taking the first step. Like, how does that look? Are you going to really stay in that cage and work nonstop for the next 5 years? Maybe. Maybe you're kind of like, yeah, well, I can squirrel away all this money and then I'm going to travel the world. But in the meantime, okay, what does your life look like? Okay, so let's see where this is going. Oh, I love this. Yeah, you're being called to make, this is your awakening. You're being awakened to the fact that I really feel like this is kind of interesting because a lot of the other readings I've done, they're on the right path, right? I feel like you are really at a crossroads where you're understanding that you may not be on the right career path. And it doesn't mean you have to change careers, but maybe it means you have to change where you work. Yeah, there's somebody here, and I think the King of Cups, this could be you, but the King of Cups keeps coming back. There's something here with the King of Cups for and I know this is also your energy, but it's you're sad. And I kind of almost feel like it's because you're recognizing that your belief system about money no longer fits. Like your heart is wanting to come out and play with the King of Cups, right? Your heart is wanting to play, but it has no time to play or no energy to play. And it's like, okay, well, I'm self sabotaging myself. I'm not allowing myself to take this first step and to follow my heart. You know, it could be that you've chosen a career because that's what your family really wanted you to do. And you're in it and you might be making a lot of nice money and your family is like, "Oh my gosh, our son the doctor or our daughter the vet, whatever it is." It's kind of like, yeah, okay, well, my family loves what I do and I get a lot of recognition because of that. But you're kind of like, well, what I really want to do is teach people how to surf or whatever, or start a spiritual business. I want to be, a yoga teacher. Um, it's kind of like coming to a reckoning with yourself, awakening to the fact that you kind of put all your hopes and dreams on a star that wasn't your star. It was like maybe somebody else's star. And you want to go for your own star. It's your Nine of Cups. You want to put down the burdens of whatever it is that you have chosen here and step onto a new path. Close this out and step into a new chapter of your life. Wow. And then I honestly think it also puts you onto a path where you do meet a true soulmate down the line because you're going to be more aligned with who you truly are, Pisces. And once you get into that alignment, then, I'm not turning this into a romantic reading, but you get a romantic love that comes in because you're more aligned to who you truly are. Some of you, that part of it, okay, could be that because of the career that you have chosen, you don't have the time or the energy for love. For some of you, you may be using that as, you may be using your career as almost an excuse, so that you don't, if your friends and family are like, okay, so are you dating anybody? And you're like, no, I don't have time, right? It's like, take a good look at what you are saying about your job. It's really like, take a good look at what you're saying about your job, and then how does that align with who you are as a person? It's time to make that judgment call. It's time for you to decide, am I really on the path that's going to lead me where I want? Or am I listening to everybody else and trying to make them happy? And then choosing this life because this is where I've landed. It's almost like you've landed on this. Okay, analyze. Your time is well spent analyzing, but only up to where you become too attached to any particular outcome. Yeah, like, what is the outcome, right? What is the outcome that you're wanting? 5 years from now, okay, is it money in the bank or is it relationships with other people? And you could be too focused. We all do that, right? It's kind of like too focused on how much money is in the bank. And not that that's not important. I understand that it is. But it's also about, really making sure that you're enjoying the life that you have. Okay, these two both came, so we're going to take them. Lead your metamorphosis. Yeah, to me, it's kind of like this is really kind of like you are the writer of your own destiny. You're the writer of your story. It's time to pick up the pen and decide where to go and how to do this. And then raw intention. Yeah, getting back to your heart. It's kind of like getting back to your heart and your soul. What is it, Pisces, that you want? Because that is your raw intention. And when you get into that space, it's as if you're going to free yourself. I almost feel like once you put it out to the world, right? Once the window is open, you fling open the window and you put your love and your intentions out to the world. It's like it all falls into place for you. And it really is going to help you build this foundation for wonderful things to come in the future. You may be concerned about the future, but you don't need to be concerned about the future. Interesting message. Well, Pisces, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you enjoyed this message. I really did enjoy doing it for you. And if you did resonate with it, I would really appreciate it if you would consider like, sharing, or subscribing. And I wish you much love and light in this situation and all your situations. And I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.